Hi everyone! I hope you're having a great month. In this video, we're going to talk about worksheets. Are they bad? Are they good? Can they be part of a student-centered ESL lesson plan? Before we jump into worksheets, I'd like you to close your eyes. You're probably watching this video at home, so no one will see you, so don't be shy. Please imagine your best possible ELAA class. It's going perfectly. What are the students doing? What are you doing? How do the students feel? How do you feel? Now hold on to this vision as you open your eyes. Thinking about how you want your class to look can be a very powerful tool for analyzing which activities to use as you lesson plan. Will it help you create this wonderful, fabulous, ideal class? This brings us back to our question about worksheets. Can they help us create our ideal lessons? Yes, they can. But the truth is that worksheets don't do the teaching, we do. And if we work to ensure that we're still using ELAA best practices, like tapping into what students already know and their lived experiences, using authentic and engaging materials, maximizing student talk time, and using pair and group work to maximize student engagement and practice, we can move towards creating our ideal class. In this video, I have 7 questions that you can use to help yourself lesson plan with worksheets. These questions are also available in a link in the newsletter. Question 1. Does the worksheet move students toward using English to communicate, or is it simply a time killer? If your lesson plan is designed around a period of time of you teaching direct instruction, followed by a block of time where students are sitting and completing worksheets, then it's likely that your students are not fully engaged or thinking in English in deep and meaningful ways. How could you change that dynamic? Could you engage the students in real-world problem solving? Could they work in groups or pairs? Think about what you really want students to be able to do with English. What can help get them there? Question 2. Does the worksheet ask students to label something? For, in this example, parts of the body. If so, why not ask students to draw the thing before they label it? Students will be far more likely to remember the parts of the body if they are drawing it than if they are labeling a piece of clip art. Is the worksheet full of rote grammar exercises? These kinds of worksheets are necessary sometimes to help students acquire the correct form. However, it's very, very important that we balance that mechanical practice with opportunities for real communication. My favorite book of activities is called Fun with Grammar. It's also available free online, and it includes lots and lots of communicative games and activities for common grammar points that we encounter in the classroom. There are links for how to access Fun with Grammar in the 7 questions document below this video in the newsletter. Does the worksheet ask students to answer comprehension questions from a text or a story? Just like with grammar, comprehension questions are important, but they don't leave room for real communication. So could you ask students to work in teams to make a timeline of the story? Could they work together to create a scripted dialogue about the characters or role play with the characters? Could you use a graphic organizer? Does the worksheet ask students to recall and list factual information? Brainstorm other ways for students to show you what they know. Can they work in pairs to make a poster? Can they create a drawing with labels or a role play? Could they work in pairs to summarize the information to their classmates in a creative way? There are so many possibilities. Does the worksheet include childish clip art? Is the worksheet visually cluttered? If so, ask yourself if you, as an adult learner, would want to use this worksheet. And if you would not want to use it, could you take the questions from the worksheet and retype them in a plain, easy-to-see worksheet that is appropriate for adults? Is this worksheet essential, or could you create your own worksheet from student-generated or student-requested material? For example, perhaps you could take sentences from a previous class that students had written and then turn them into a fill-in-the-blank exercise for the next class. Or you could create your own worksheet that included Tucson locations, names from people in the class, while still targeting the grammar point or pronunciation point that you wanted to practice. This is an example from when I was teaching at Wakefield. The students in the intermediate class were having trouble with lend and borrow, and my husband and I were redoing our kitchen DIY style at the time. So I made this worksheet that included a text that required students to fill in lend or borrow. And it was really fun. The students really liked having the picture of Dan on there. And it became this thing where they would be like, "Teacher, when is Dan coming to class?" And so it really helped build community, and it motivated real English use. All of this from a worksheet. So in conclusion, let's go back to your vision of your best class. Asking yourself these questions and engaging with the resources in the newsletter can help you get there. And so can I. So as always, please don't hesitate to call or email or just pop in to say hi or with questions. Have a great month.